Come on. The list goes on with these guys because they have no evidence, so they get tempted to fabricate. They say, well, I just know it's true. I just know it's true. It must be true. Hey, here's an idea. And yet they will criticize people who believe in God. And yet we started with so many evidences. And all the way along we're talking about just the common sense. But the final thing is this. There's a real easy way for every single human being to test for themselves. Is there really a God? And if so, who is it? And if so, what does he want from me? Easiest way in the world. This is what I did 17 years ago. Ask him. Because there's no God. No big deal. All you have to do. I put my head on the ground. You don't have to do that, but I did it. I put my head on the ground and I said, oh God, if you're there, guide me. From that minute, when I raised my head up, until this minute today, never had a doubt. Never had a doubt. I've had a lot of doubts about me. I had a lot of doubts about Muslims. But I have no doubt about Allah. He exists. He is real. He doesn't change. He's not the one with the problem. I am. And what did he tell us in Quran? One of our Egyptian sheikhs who taught us Quran, he told us there was a hadith that Rasulullah said there's an ayah in Quran that Allah never revealed in the previous scriptures. And that ayah is in Al-Fatiha, the first 7 verses of the Quran. And that ayah is Ihdina Siratul Mustaqim. Guide us to the straight path. It's interesting too to note what surah this is by name. Fatiha. It means the opening. And it's interesting because in previous scripture, the closest thing that I could find led me straight up to this conclusion, because as a Christian, and I was a Christian then, preaching Christianity, there's a beautiful teaching that's coming from the Bible said that Jesus said it. Ask and you'll receive. Seek and you will find. Knock and it will be opened to you. And I could figure the first two. Ask. Because I did it. I used to pray. Christians pray. They ask for stuff all the time. And you'll get it. May not be when you want it, the way you want it, but you'll get it. Something will come to you. That always worked for me. No complaint. Seek and you'll find it. Again, it may not be where you thought it was, but you'll run across it. But what was this knock? What did that mean? I know it symbolizes a door and you knock, but why? They even had pictures when I was a kid showing a man, supposed to be Jesus, standing at a door knocking on it. That he's actually knocking too, you know? Knocking. And it will be opened. And then it hit me. You know what? Here's the problem. The heart. I need to straighten out the heart. Let me knock on the heart here a little bit. Let me knock off some of the rubbish and the debris from that thing. Let me get rid of some prejudice here. Let me get rid of some hatred here. Let me clear away the lies. Let me clear away the misconceptions. Let's start with a clean slate. Let's just say I don't know anything at all. Zippo, zero, just like when I was a baby. Start with what? One thing. God guide me. Let that be your litmus test. And remember, that's exactly what every single woman interviewed in all of those countries that we mentioned, they all said the same thing. Because Allah guided me. There's your best test. And every one of us can do it. I'll leave you with that thought. Those were great questions. Thank you so much for that. Thank all of you for being with us tonight, sharing. And I ask Allah to accept from us, to forgive us, and to make us those people who will have His mercy on the Day of Judgment and be in the Jannatul Firdausa A'la. I want all of us to be together in Jannah. Ameen. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.